Hello to all you teachers and students out there and parents who are actually, going through this COVID-19 period time. And, I know a lot of you have been asking questions about how, are there any worksheets for your students to do during the summer? Is there any way that I can give any tips or, send any websites that your students can go to? Well, today is my first time using screencast-o-matic.com, and I hope that this is helpful for you. I'm going to show you some websites that will help with grammar, that will also help with sentence structure, that will help with punctuation, and especially the vocabulary. So basically, just stick with me and I'm going to show you a few things, and I hope you enjoy it, okay? And I hope it's very helpful to you and your student. So first, we're going to go to, if you look on the screen, we're going to go to ereadingworksheets.com. And of course, if you put www.ereadingworksheets.com, all right, it should automatically come up. And this particular site, if you look at the site, it has a bunch of different resources. And of course, it says that it's aligned with the Common Core State Standards. Of course, this is an American site, but it's very helpful for all students who are trying to brush up on their grammar or brush up on their English, and help them with the basic tools that are necessary for you to have proper writing skills and of course proper grammar skills. And of course, it also caters to reading, writing, and the language arts. Now, I'm a teacher of literature. Literature is one of my favorite subjects, so I use the site a lot. Now, the only problem I'll tell you is that on this particular website, and I'm going to show you in a minute, and we'll probably get to that in a little later down. On this particular website, they do have answer keys. So so you can use the website, you can have your child do and then you'll have the answer key there to see if they got them right. Now, this particular site, as you can see on the screen here, it has online reading test, reading comprehension worksheets, short stories with questions, reading worksheets by grade level. So they start from from the second grade all the way up to grade 8, and some even go up to the 10th and the 12th, 11th and 12th grades. So of course, it's a very good website to test, at all levels. And they also have, like I was telling you earlier, about the literature worksheets that are very important. Worksheets on author's purpose, characterization worksheets, fact and opinion worksheets, genre worksheets, and of course, it's like little games and stuff that they can play. Inferences, irony, all of the things that you need to know. The elements of a short story. They cover all of those things. And this, of course, goes hand in hand with writing stories. So it's always good to use these particular worksheets. You can use them individually. They have some that cater to all of the elements of a short story and all of the figurative languages, of course, things like personification, onomatopoeia, all of the figures of speech, and so it's a very good website. Now I'm going to go into one of the worksheets and show you just how it works. So here we have parts of speech. Of course, that's an ad. We don't need that. But parts of speech is very important, all right, to a child's development. Now, of course, on this, when we teach parts of speech in school, we always start with the nouns. And of course, you see here there are a lot of noun worksheets here, and I'm just going to go into one to show you how it works. They have the nouns and superheroes, the RTF file, the PDF file, the preview, the answers, of course, for the worksheet, which you do not want your child to get to before you, and of course the e-reading worksheet itself. Now I usually go to the PDF file because the PDF file is something that will come up right away and you can print from it easily. And if you look at this, it says Nouns with Superheroes worksheet. Alright, so this one is based around, they have You have to identify, it says circle each noun. There's more than one in each sentence. And of course, you have the little superhero there. So of course, in this sentence, you'd go through it. The city of Metropolis needs a real superhero to fight crime. And of course, we know, or the city, of course, is a noun. Metropolis is a noun. Superhero is a noun. And crime is a noun. All right, so there you have it. These are worksheets, and you can find these worksheets right there. And of course, they have the answer key. And the answer keys are usually, they're really small that you really can't see it, so you have to kind of blow them up. But there you have it. Metropolis, superhero, and crime, and city, as we stated earlier. And they have the answers right there for you. All right? And so this site, like I said, it's really helpful. So that's, of course, a little insight into a little look into that particular worksheet for nouns. So let's just go back a bit. And if we go back, let's look. I don't know why this ad is popping up here, but let's go back. All right, so there we have it. And if you look down, there's singular, plural, and collective nouns worksheets, identifying common and proper, concrete and abstract nouns, proper nouns, common nouns, and noun types. And so, and at the end, they usually give you a test. So if you look at it, it says view all of my noun worksheets, noun lessons, and noun tests. So you'd even be able to give your student a test at the end. And of course, I told you it goes from reading level grades 3 to 5, reading level 2, grades 6 to 8, and of course, reading level 3, grades 9 and up. And the answer keys are all provided. All right, so this is a very good website to help you go through the summer days and print off something for your child to do. And of course, you can grade it very easily, and you'll see the progress, and you'll be able to see exactly what it is that they are having issues with, or what it is that they don't know really too much about. And on the other side of things, for literature, the figurative language worksheets, simile and metaphor worksheets, hyperbole and understatement worksheets, personification worksheets, idiom worksheets, and then they have some worksheets that use poetic devices such as assonance, consonants, alliteration, all of those different things that you can, the poetic devices, mood and tone, and rhyme and rhythm, so that they're all there. And I really like to use these because it really tests to see if students can identify. And this, of course, so if we look at the simile and metaphor, the simile and metaphor, of course, is taught earlier on, but of course students still have a difficulty to kind of, telling those apart. And so we always have to give refresher courses, and we always have to kind of restate and redo all of the figures of speech for them. And so this right here is the same process. You have your worksheets, they have different levels, and they have a variety of them that you can choose from. And of course, like I said, I always choose the PDF. And here you have simile and metaphor worksheet. And it not only asks them to choose which one, is it simile or metaphor, but they'll ask them which two of the things are being compared. All right? So it also, and sometimes they will even ask on some of the worksheets, how do you know that it's a simile? Explain how you know that it's a metaphor. So it's a really good website. And so I encourage you to use this with your children, whether they're in school or even during the summer months. Of course, now it's a very good time for them to use it to practice and get caught up on certain things. And another website I want to introduce you to is SadlerConnect.com. And this particular website, this goes with the very common book that is used in grades 7 through 12, the levels. It's used in most of the high schools. and it's a book. It's the vocabulary book, and we all know that vocabulary is very important. Now on this particular website, there is a process. So I'm going to move this over here. Now, of course, teachers, if you have a resource number and you have an answer key for your vocabulary book, usually the head of department has it. You can go through the teacher resource site, or you can just go through the student and family resources. And so I would click on student and family resources. Let's go. Then, of course, I would move on down and I would go to the vocabulary workshop grades 10 through 12. And according to the book that you use. Now, in my school, we use the vocabulary workshop level A and B. I teach grades 7 and 8. So basically, I would click on the level A for grade 7. And if you look at this particular website, it has units 1 through 15. All right, and whatever unit, you can have this, you can use this over the summer. If your child is going into grade 7, you can start using this now to brush up or to have them learn new vocabulary words. You can also use it during the school year because since we're online, I have my students use it during the school year, and it's a big help. It offers practice quizzes, practice worksheets. The I words, they allow you to it actually pronounces the word for you, and it gives along with it sentences showing how the words are used within sentences. And there's also flashcards. There's also the test your vocabulary, a word search, and even the challenge where you can see the root of the word, which is usually a Greek or a Latin root word. Where the word comes from or where it originates. So this particular website is very important and is very useful, and it's even useful for some adults because we all want to learn more words. We want to know what words mean. We want to sound more intelligent. We want to have great conversations where we could use a variety of words, and so this is also a very good website for adults as well. So there you have it, people. Sadler Connect. Now, before I go, I'm going to show you how they lay out some of the text. So these are the practice words. These are the words that are in a unit. This is unit 1 of level A for grade 7. And as you can see, the first word is apparel. And if you press it,
apparel, apparel. Apparel functions as 2 parts of speech. It can be used as a noun meaning clothing or dress. By July, many department stores are selling fall apparel. Or, in Shakespeare's As You Like It, the heroine disguises herself in men's apparel. Or, apparel can be used as a verb that means to put clothes on, or to dress up. The choir members may be apparelled in all the colors of the rainbow. Or the guests at a Halloween party may apparel themselves in colorful and imaginative costumes. Now, let's hear you say apparel. Try the word again.
Apparel.
Apparel.
So that is exactly what it offers, and it does it for each of the words, and there are always 20 words a week that students would be given to learn. And as you can see that the word apparel not only has 3 different meanings and 3 different ways that it can be used within a sentence. So it is a very good tool. So they not only get to see visually the word, how it's spelled, they also get to hear. All right, so they get the audio part of it. So I encourage you to actually use these websites, www.sadlerconnect.com, and the other one, of course, is ereadingworksheets.com. And so if we actually use these things, we'll have a better summer. We'll be able to learn more, and we'll be able to teach our students more, and our children will be better off for using them. So I hope this was a help to you. Have a great time. Have a great summer in spite of it all. And hey, learn some new words.